Hey cruisers, I'm Sherry with Cruise Tips TV. I'm so excited today because we have been working up to this awesome subscriber inspired all about cruising with kids episode for a while now. This all started when one of our subscribers and Facebook followers, PJ Gustafson, sent us a note on Facebook and said, hey, look, we just did a Carnival cruise with a 2.5-year-old and a 6-month-old, and came back from our cruise and learned so much that we actually, PJ, typed up a document with 12 tips based on their experience for cruising with kids. And PJ offered to share it with me, and it is absolutely excellent. And I thought, let's ask everybody else in our wonderful cruising community what kinds of tips they have, and we will just do one big, awesome subscriber-inspired episode. So I'm actually going to start by reading you guys the Cliff Notes version of PJ's awesome document here. And PJ, if you haven't already, you need to be a writer or a blogger because these tips are really excellent and wonderful. And I remember, like it was yesterday, what it felt like to have a 6-month-old and a 2.5-year-old on a cruise. I didn't cruise with my little guy when he was 6 months old. His first cruise when he was 1, but it is really important to gather as much information before you cruise when you have a little one as you possibly can. And there are a lot of tips in here too, you guys, for older kids and teens, but the direction that this kind of took was a little bit more geared towards smaller children. But please stick with us. And hopefully comment below with your impressions. This is probably going to be a longer episode, so you can feel free to skip through if you'd like or come back to it later if it's a little bit too long. What we'd really like to have happen here is for you all to comment below, and let's get a nice little community going here with tips for kids, an ongoing place where we can come and share tips so that in the future, when someone asks me about tips for cruising with kids, I can not only give them my tips, but all of yours. I would love it if you would comment below. So let's get started with PJ's awesome 12-point document here on tips for cruising with small children. And again, keep in mind he went on Carnival. So tip number 1 is bring things to entertain the kids. Number 2, bring an umbrella or other collapsible type stroller, super important. Number 3, your room selection does not have to break the bank. He also mentioned in there that some magnetic hooks and clips for your walls would be really great. Number 4, I love this one, you guys. Bring reinforcements. It was really helpful that his wife's parents were on the cruise. Totally agree on that one, PJ. Number 5, Carnival's Camp Ocean is great. It looks like their 2-year-old went in at the beginning of the cruise but didn't really want to go back, which I have exactly the same experience with. Our child does not like the kids centers. He likes to be with us, and we like to be with him too, but sometimes that happens. But what PJ is saying is Camp Ocean is still awesome, so give it a chance, give it a try. Who knows what your child will like. Number 6. Like a good Boy Scout, be prepared. Bring first aid supplies and medicines, thermometer, pain reliever, tummy medicine, cold medicine, antibacterial ointment, you name it, for kids and adults. Totally agree with this one, and you guys have heard me preaching before about the fact that it is very difficult to find medicine for children on a cruise. Absolutely a must to take pain reliever and cold medicine with you on a cruise if you're cruising with little ones. Number 7, meet the characters. Sounds like PJ was on a Carnival ship that offered the Dr. Seuss parade, super fun, and also went to the Dr. Seuss breakfast, which he said was totally worth the money. Is that number 7? Okay, that was number 7. So number 8, meet new people. Come on, you guys, you're on a ship with 2,000 to 4,000 people. There's more families. Find them, exchange cell phone numbers. You're going to make new friends. Number 9, be nice to your room steward and they will be nice to you. Amen. Have them empty the mini bar so you can use the mini bar as a fridge to store leftover snacks and pumped breast milk, etc. That is an awesome tip. Number 10, I like this one too. Grab extra milk or juice at breakfast and pop it in your fridge for use throughout the day. They have those little cartons of milk at the buffet, you guys. I think that's what PJ is referring to. So that could be a nice thing to do to keep your room a little bit more comfortable, make it feel more like home. Number 11, don't be afraid to skip a port. Not every port is kid-friendly, and sometimes it's just not gonna work out. You need to stay on the ship to be more comfortable. And last but not least, and when I say not least, believe me, this is probably PJ's best advice, relax. You're on a trip I think it's really funny, but he said, a trip is with kids and a vacation was without. So what I would recommend that you guys do is if you want to see his entire document, because there's a lot more to it, he goes into an explanation on each item, is if you'd like to see this, you need to go to our Facebook page. You click on posts, and then you click on visitor posts and scroll down a bit until you see PJ's post here. In the comments of his post, he uploaded the documents. That's going to be the easiest way for you to find this. So let's now switch over to talking about what some of our other Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Twitter followers had to say on this topic. We're going to start with Anna from Facebook. Anna just got back from her, I think it was her first cruise with her 17-month-old baby girl. And I think she went on Carnival. And she said you should actually be really careful about what cruise line you choose and make sure that you pick one that caters to the under 2-year-old group, like Royal Caribbean or Disney. That Carnival kind of does cater to them, but their hours are very limited for their children's program. And so that was kind of a struggle for her. Very, very good advice. Thank you, Anna. Anna also said it's a lot of work to take a kid on a cruise. And boy, it really is. It's not glamorous and it's not easy, but once you get it down and if you come really prepared, it should actually be a lot of fun. So Anna, I hope you give it another chance. And maybe when she's a little bit older. I know that age is really, really difficult, but give it another chance and let me know how I can help you. Another comment here from YouTube, Rebe Photography, had a tip that I've never heard before, you guys. Let's just say you needed to wash out your baby bottles in your stateroom and you're thinking about packing some dish soap. Rebe Photography said that Bounty makes paper towels that have Dawn dish soap in them. So you could pop a few of those, fold them up, stick them in a Ziploc bag, and then use them to wash your baby bottles or any other, sippy cup or kids item on the ship. That's a really great tip. Never heard that one before. Here's another one from Dawn's Family Vacations. Dawn actually has several, and Dawn sounds like he might have older kid tips for maybe a little bit older kids. Number one tip is he actually has a small GPS tracker that's about $25 that he puts in his kids' pockets. And he can track their whereabouts on his phone. Really good for older children who like to explore on their own, but Dawn wants to keep tabs on them. I love that. It's really awesome. I had no idea such a thing existed. I'm not very good with technology, so that's probably why. Number two, Dawn said that if the kids will be spending a lot of time in the children's clubs, let them choose which cruise line the family should choose. Yes, I love that. It seems so basic, but something that I never really thought about. As the adults, we always make the decision. Dawn also said there's a lot of variety in the kids' clubs on board. Some cruise lines have huge kids centers with tons of activities, while some of them are really plain and simple and have like 2 Xboxes in the corner, and that's it. So choose carefully, do your research, get onto message boards, get onto websites like cruiseline.com and look at their reviews on your particular ship and see what you can find. Cruise Critic is another great tool for that. Number 3, a lot of cruise ships do not have any lifeguards watching the pools. I would say, Dawn, wouldn't you say most of them don't? I mean, maybe some Royal Caribbean newer ships do, but I don't think most of them do. But I think, some parents think that normally a pool is a place to kind of let their kids play without supervision, but on a cruise ship, that's a terrible idea. There are no lifeguards. You really need to stay close to them. So don't be sitting back and taking a nap while your kid is in the pool. Nobody else is watching them. And number 4, last tip is that if you have a large family, look at booking a suite or 2 staterooms instead of trying to crowd everybody into a single room, because the cruise staterooms, as we know, are really quite small, and putting 4 people into one room with all the luggage might make you feel like you're cruising in a closet. Dawn, thank you so much. Awesome tips. Moving on, we have Becky Reith, who said that with a teen, have them wear a bright colored hat or sweatshirt when they're away from you. It makes them easier to see them in a crowd or from your balcony. I liked that. Where's my kid? I like looking at that on the shore. It's so funny, but it's true. It would really make it a lot easier. Also, have a way to pay to have their phone turned on, when they're away from you, so that you're able to track them if they need to be found. Make sure the kids are scheduled to be at a camp or center when you are scheduled to be at the spa. Everyone needs downtime. I love that one. Good one, Becky. Our friend Arij Dervesh said, leave the kids at the camp and relax. Have fun. Go to the spa. Go to the adult areas. A cruise is for relaxing. And Arij is a teen herself, so that's advice coming from one of our favorite kid subscribers. kind of a kid, Reach. You're more like a teenager. Bridget Dudek says, I've only cruised once, but be ready to pick up and drop off a lot at the kids' camps, meaning you're going to be going back and forth a lot. She has a daughter who's 5 and a son that's 11, and they gave probably the older child sign-out privileges with rules as to where the kid could go. That's actually something that's really unique about a cruise ship, you guys. Your older children can sign themselves out because ships are so contained. They're allowed to do that, only with your permission and within the parameters that you allow. I'm really glad that Bridget brought this up, though. They also had their child leave a note in the room every time you went to the room, so they would know where he went. So if he went back to the room, he'd be like, Mom, Dad, I'm at Johnny Rockets having a milkshake. You can come find me there, or whatever. And they said it worked out really great, and he felt super grown up. So thank you, Bridget. Awesome. Very creative tips. Beth Birchfield Norman said that she's been on Princess, and her tips would be get on board as early as you can, read the daily newsletter, and get this, so smart, have your child circle what they want to do. I love that idea. Pack a highlighter pen or a pen and have your kid circle what they want to do. And that probably avoids boredom and arguments over what we're going to do next as a family, right? Beth also says, be sure to sign up for daycare. Otherwise, don't expect to see your kids until after dinner. That's really funny. That's so true, though. The older they get on a cruise, the less you see them. I remember cruising on a group cruise with my teenage nephew, and we had to basically beg and force him just to go to dinners with us. He had made new friends and was like gone the whole cruise. So I think it's one of the best things about cruising. I can't even imagine my son being at that point yet, but someday he probably will be. Be interesting to see. All right, Jocelyn Holcraft has some good advice here. Be flexible and remember to allow your child some choice. Here we go again with the child's choice, so important, in what activities they want to do each day. This is also a tip for fellow non-kid cruisers. If you are using an activity of which there's limited availability, like ping pong tables, bocce ball, or shuffleboard, and somebody with a small child comes looking to play it, be kind and take the time out of your game and let the little kid give it a try. Most children under 8 lose interest in an activity quickly, and you would be able to resume your game in just a few moments. It would bring a lot of joy to a small child's heart and gratitude to many parents. You know what, Jocelyn? We had that happen too. My son wanted to play ping pong on our last trip, and every time we would go, it would be like crowded with 15 adults who had like paired off into super aggressive ping pong teams, and our son could not get in there. We ended up having to go during the dinner hours to let him play, and that worked just fine. But that's really sweet that you would say that, and I think that's good advice for anyone. Rachel Hope says, and this is such an awesome, simple comment. Are you ready, guys? With babies, pack extra everything. They don't have it in the gift shop. That's probably the safest way to go on a cruise. Assume they're not going to have it. Pack extra diapers, your favorite kind of sunscreen, medicine, anything that you would normally buy at a grocery store or drugstore at home, take it with you. Probably with the exception of food, except for maybe formula and things like that, which you should definitely pack. Sid Barrington Forrester says early dinner time is the best choice, and ask the dining room staff to bring the child's food out first, especially if your child is between 3 and 10. Again, such a simple tip, but it makes such a huge difference. It is really amazing too what the dining room staff will do to cater to your child. They will mostly honor special requests. For example, our son likes to have chopped vegetables or fruit, kind of like as an appetizer, maybe like a fruit salad but chopped up a little smaller, or a plate of sliced vegetables instead of a salad. Ask for what you need. Thank you, Sid. That is such an awesome tip. Now we have some really great Instagram contributions here. James B 93612 says, take advantage of kid programs. Be a kid yourself and have fun. Remember, we take vacations to have fun and make memories. Hashtag travel and make memories and hashtag cruise life. Yes, James, I totally agree. James also says, don't be afraid to try something new. Yeah, totally. You're on a cruise. Try something new. One thing that we like to try new on a cruise a lot is food. Try different things. Encourage your kids to try different food items, right? They generally will be more adventuresome when they're away from the home. At least that's what happens with us. All right. Kevlian 2001 says, I always let my 7-year-old go to the daily theme night that they have on Princess. He gets so excited to go. So for those of you who have never done this, a lot of cruise lines have theme nights for kids, and one example is they do pirate night, space party night, disco night, slumber party night on the last day. Super fun, kind of later night activities, but they are really fun and really relaxed. Kids love them. So that's a very good one. Another comment here from Richie Grest is about food allergies. If anyone out there is worried about traveling with a child or even an adult that has food allergies, cruise lines are incredibly accommodating. If you can notate it on your account or call the cruise line to have it notated on your account before you sail, we do recommend doing that, but you will be blown away by the attention and care to cross-contamination that these cruise lines give to food allergies. So please don't be afraid to cruise. Usually they do a really good job with anything from gluten allergies, nut allergies, low sodium diets, kosher diets, vegetarian diets, vegan diets, you name it, you are going to most likely be fine. It's all about communication. Get the head waiter involved. They will probably go over the entire week's menus with you to make special accommodations. So next comment is from Poppy Rushing. Poppy says, older teens enjoy the teen club, the 16 and 17-year-olds. They meet kids their age and stay busy. You never hear, I'm bored, which is music to our ears with kids that age. Yeah, so true, Poppy. You never hear you're bored, and you never see them again. They're like gone the whole cruise. Kid Cotton has a really clever tip. Kid Cotton on Instagram says, if visiting an island where your kids enjoy getting their hair braided, by the way, this is really common in the Caribbean, you guys, places like Jamaica, take your own little rubber bands, as they find that sometimes the old bands break or slip off in the pool. So you can take spares so that the hairstyle that your child sat so patiently getting done will last a little longer. Amen to that. So true. We were also contacted by a few brands when we posted this that have some products and tips for your kids. Psy Bands or PSI Bands, I'm trying to find out how to pronounce that, I'm so sorry, said that they recommend their motion sickness bands that go around the wrist for the relief of travel and motion sickness. They have so many cute designs and styles, you guys. If your child struggles with motion sickness, be sure to check them out. We're going to try to get a little bit more information from this company, and if possible, maybe we could demo their products someday on our Cruise Gear channel. But do check that out. Make sure you get them some of those acupressure bands if they tend to get motion sick in the car on land, for example. Probably a good idea. And lastly, Wander Wet Bags said, a Wander Wet bag in your suitcase so you can enjoy the pool and beach on the last day without worrying how to pack your wet swimsuits for the flight home. Is so true. We are going to be taking a look at those bags and letting you know a little bit more about them. This was super fun, you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this. We love subscriber tips and contributions more than anything else on our channel. It means so much to us that all of you took the time. If I missed your tip, please let me know. Comment below so that you can share it with the community of families that are cruising for years to come. We're hoping that this video and all of your comments below can be an awesome, awesome resource. Also, please make sure, if you're not already, which you probably already are, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we would love to hear from you. If you like this video, your thumbs up is super helpful to us, and we would really appreciate it. It does make a difference. That's all for now. Until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye.
Hey, click me to subscribe.
Do you have any dad tips?
Just love your kids.
Love your kids. Yeah, that's the best advice at all.